So in the last video we took a look at modals with Hotwire, and we have our application here. So when we click edit profile, you can see that opens in a modal and we can save the changes. Now when we save changes, the content updates, but if you've made a minor change you'll probably not notice that anything's updated. So we want to use flash messages to be a bit more obvious that your content's been saved. So we'll take a look at that now. So this is a fresh Rails app and we have no flash messages yet. And if we go into profiles controller, you can see that when we update the content, it's going to set a flash notice and say profile was successfully updated. So if we go back into application here, in the layout, we're going to need to include a partial for rendering those. So I usually like to put things like this into a shared folder. So we'll just call it shared flash and we'll go ahead and create that. Now inside of flash, all we have to do is loop over our flash messages. So we can call .each and say key value. And then for now, all we'll do is print out this value. And if we save changes, you'll see we've got profile successfully updated. So let's just style this up a little bit nicer. And we're using Tailwind on this app. And we just want to make this fixed position and bring it in from the top and from the right. And let's see how this looks. Okay, that's good. Now we need to get a close button because we want to be able to click on these and close them. So for that, I'm going to use hero icons, which is also by the Tailwind team. And they have plenty of icons here, and we can go ahead and search for close. And this one here looks like good. So we can hit copy SVG and then go in and just paste that into our code. And then we probably just want to add a little bit of margin on the left to space it out from the text. And let's see how this looks. Oh, so I forgot, we'll need to also make this a flexbox container just to make sure it floats the close icon up. Okay, that's great. So now we want to make this a button and we want to add a stimulus controller so that we can register clicks on it and actually make the flash message disappear. So we'll come in here and first just create a button and move our SVG inside it. And now we're going to need to go into stimulus and make a controller. So stimulus comes with hello controller when you install it. So we'll just take over this and rename it and call it flash controller. And we won't need this for now. The only other thing we need to do is wire it up. So we're using JS Bundler Rails with this app, and it no longer automatically includes your controller. So each time you make a new controller, you're going to need to run this task. And you can see that update from hello controller to flash controller. Now we're going to need a dismiss action, and all this is going to do is call this .element.remove. And now we can go back to our button, and first of all on our wrapper, let's do data controller equals flash, and then on our button we can do data action equals flash dismiss, and let's test this. Great. So the only other thing we want to do is these flash messages will hang around if we don't close them. You might like that, but I'd rather they just disappeared after a few seconds, so we're going to add that behavior as well. So back in the flash controller, we can put connect, and we'll do a set timeout for 3 seconds, and we'll call this dot dismiss. And now the flash messages automatically hide after a few seconds. The next thing I want to do is take a look at errors. So if we go back to our controller and change this message to be a flash error, and refresh, you'll see it still has the blue styling. So one way to deal with that is just to check what the key is. So I'll just go ahead and create a helper for that. So let's just use Rails to generate one. And we'll just create a helper here that is CSS class for flash, and we'll take the flash key, and inside of here we'll just make a case statement and say flash key when error, and when it's an error we'll do background of red and text red. Otherwise we'll stay with our blue background. And we might just need to call toSim on this in case the flash key is a string. So we'll just copy this helper and go back to our flash message and take away our colors here and put in our helper method. And let's test that. And you can see we get the nice red styling for errors. So we'll go back into our controller and just ignore that change for now and make sure it's still blue. And it is. So that's how to do flash messages with Hotwire and Stimulus, and stay tuned for more Hotwire content.